Just some quick takeaways from day one of mandatory minicamp. Let's talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode. I appreciate you guys liking this video, for tossing your thoughts in the comments section, because that's why it's there, and for subscribing to the channel. Day one of mandatory minicamp is in the books, and I really only heard good news, good things coming out of it. Before we roll into my takeaways, first and foremost, August 13th, I will be live streaming the Bills-Lions preseason game here on the channel. You guys can join me. I'm going to have a couple Bills fans on with me, a couple Lions fans. We're going to watch the game, chat it up with you here. It'll be a good time. We'll get to see backups play, get to see Tim Boyle, hopefully, out on the field, get a couple of those reps in. It'll be a fun time. So mark it in the calendars, August 13th. My three takeaways from day one of mandatory minicamp is: number one, this is Goff's team now. Number two, the defense is improving. And number three, our boys are having fun out there for the first time in a long time. So let's break it all down. Starting with number one, this is Goff's team now. Listen, Matt Stafford, the era of fourth quarter comebacks is over. Please, God, let it be over. Please, I just want to enjoy all four quarters of a football game. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like you knew that everything was going to transpire in the fourth quarter. I just want to enjoy an entire football game and know that the other three quarters do in fact matter, but that's neither here nor there. The era of Matt Stafford is over. This is Jared Goff's team now, whether you like it or not. Hawkinson came right out of the gate praising Jared Goff. In his words, he said that Goff just has a different mentality. Hawkinson talked about Goff hitting these throws in 7-on-7s. He just said that there's a lot different about the way that Goff sees and plays the game. And honestly, that means a ton coming from our Pro Bowler tight end in TJ Hawkinson. From there, it sounds like both Campbell and Lynn, head coach coordinator, are really working with Goff in order to see what he likes, what he doesn't like, the way that he plays, tailoring a lot of the offense around the way Jared Goff plays. And I mean, that gives Goff a lot of latitude as the quarterback. And you look at all these teams, a lot of teams do that where they work with the QB. Hey, what do you like? What don't you like? You kind of work with them. You don't want to put them in an uncomfortable situation out on the field. You got to know how they're going to play the game, how they're going to work the plays, work the defense. And so it sounds like Campbell and Lynn are doing that for Goff, giving him his best shot. According to the Detroit Lions website, Goff is 42 for 27 in his career. And he is one of three active QBs today who has thrown for at least 3,800 yards and 20 touchdowns in the last 4 seasons. Those are some serious stats. That's not just something that you're like, oh, okay. That's one. He is one of 3 active quarterbacks to do that. That's pretty huge. However, at the end of day one during mandatory minicamp, it sounds like the defense got the best of Jared Goff. And that's where we're moving into takeaway number 2. The defense is improving. Now, I know you might be sitting there saying that's really not saying a lot, because our defense was abysmal. It was at the bottom of the barrel. I think we were ranked 31st or 32nd overall in the NFL defensively last year. That is pretty poor, and there's really only room to go up. So that's something that's bright and in the future. However, truly, it sounds like they are already improving coming out of OTAs and into mandatory minicamp. According to Tim Twentyman, Will Harris picked Goff off in the end zone, ran it back for a TD. The first team defense took W's in the first 3 reps during 7-on-7s, and the second team defense came out and won their first rep also in 7-on-7s, showing that the defense is in fact improving. Whatever Aaron Glenn is bringing to the table, showing that it is working. And now I know you're sitting there and you're like, yo, man, this is only day one. Like, there's still so much time. I get it. I totally get it. However, I really do believe that there's something to be excited for in this defense based off of Aaron Glenn, based off of his leadership and what he was able to do in New Orleans. You cannot discount that. And I know it's only minicamp, and you might be sitting there saying, slow down, slow down. I get it. But guess what? I believe it's something worth getting excited about, seeing what Aaron Glenn is already bringing to the table and what he is changing here. My third takeaway is our boys are having fun. Yo, when was the last time we were able to say that? For 3 years, it looked like anybody who played for the Detroit Lions was just in misery, kept in some sort of captive. And that might not seem like a huge deal to you, but that's a huge deal to me. And I really think it is a game-changing, culture-shifting deal. Look, under Matt Patricia, everybody hated their life. It seemed like Matt Patricia just walked into the room, sucked out all the fun and love for the game. Hearing Kerryon Johnson move on to Philadelphia and be like, this is the first time I've smiled at practice in 3 years. Man, that's terrible. From Jamal Williams pressers to the photos of Brockers with these young guys to the media day just the other day, it seemed like anybody wearing Honolulu blue was having a good time. And that for the last 3 years has not existed. And let's face it, if you're having fun working, I just think your performance will be better as a whole. And so I think that this is truly changing the culture, the minds, the gameplay as a whole here in Detroit. All of this starts from the top down, from leadership down, from Campbell. I know national media hates us. I do, and I don't care. Screw national media. They've never liked the Lions. They're never going to give us the time of the day until we're good. And then, even then, I don't care what you have to say. It's going to be bogus anyway. The way I look at it is Dan Campbell. I love this guy. I love his enthusiasm, but also his authenticity. He's not going to change the way he is for anybody. He's not faking it. He's coming in. He's having fun, but he is also all grit, grinding, and being the guy that we need him to be. He understands the mentality of the city of Detroit, of the fans, of the players, as he played in Detroit. But also, the guy wants to win. He wants to win more than anything. And I love that. That's what we need. I'm excited with Dan Campbell here. Our guys are having fun, and that is a beautiful thing. Some other things to keep our eyes on as we continue into mandatory minicamp is what's going to happen with Tyrell Crosby. Will he be traded? Will he be okay playing behind Penei Sewell, as Sewell will be starting right tackle against San Francisco week 1. Some other things to look for are, will we be bringing Gurley in? How does the wide receiver core perform? How does Jared Goff continue to unfold during this time? And our undrafted free agents, which guys stick out? These are all things that I will be watching, that I'll be keeping an eye on for you during this time. I'll keep you updated as always. And until next time, I'll catch you later on Let's Talk Lions.